Hi, everybody. It is Saturday, November 1st. I hope you had a good Halloween last night. I went to the market and I bought a bunch of bags of stuff. And because I would hate if kids came to the door and I didn't have anything, or locking the gates so nobody could get to the house or anything like that. Was watching the baseball World Series. Nothing all evening. Finally, near the end of the game, the doorbell rang, and I opened the door, and there was about eight teenagers. They were in outfits and stuff. They didn't just wander up to the house. They had outfits on, and I was thinking, man, this is the end of the evening. So I grabbed handfuls of everything I bought and filled their bags with everything. I still have some left in the anticipation that somebody might still show up. And nobody did, so I went out and closed the gate and turned the lights off at that point, because I knew at that point there would be no little kids out, for sure. And older kids were probably off doing something else at that point. But it was neat. It's one of those evenings where I talked to some of the neighbors around the block, because there's one block from me. It's a really active neighborhood. Houses are like right next to each other, so it's one of those perfect neighborhoods for trick-or-treating and doing stuff like that, and neighborhood block parties and all. And they said, oh no, we had 40 or 50 kids came. So it was cool. And I just would think back to when I was a kid, and just, once again, it goes back to that simpler life where we had, neighbors who would bake goods. You can't do that anymore. People have to take everything now to the hospital, have it x-rayed to see if there's razor blades or straight pins have been put in things. It's sad. Most people are cool, but there always takes just that one element to make things really bad for everybody. But we used to find that one house that had the coolest stuff, and then we'd run around the side of the house and kind of swap pieces of our outfits so we could come back and look like we were different. And of course, people knew exactly who we were, but they still gave us the stuff, because that's what you do on Halloween. So that's over. Just got back from running a few errands. Went yesterday, had to get new windshield wipers for my truck. Got home, gave me the wrong size. So I went back and got the right size and put them on, and that's all working good now. I haven't really needed them yet, but the last thing I want is for a rain to suddenly hit, turn on the windshield wipers, and the rubber's gone, and you're scratching the windshield with the metal end of the wiper blade. So that's done, so I can relax with that. I put out my birthday wishes. I'm going to do some yard work today because it's really beautiful outside. So I thought I'd get some music done here. And this was a cool project. I've done a couple with him, but this is as a couple. This was an album. It's Harry Browning and Laury Boone, Debbie Boone's sister, and we did this way back. I'll read a little bit. I couldn't find a definitive bio about Harry, but I'm going to read you some stuff that it's a little thing. It's a blurb about Harry Browning. So it's got some build up to this, but then it goes into, in 1986, Laury and I moved to Kansas City. At that point, we were just going to raise the kids and not be involved in music. I started building furniture, which was always a pretty hidden secret desire of mine. Anyway, I did that, and at the same time, I started attending our church's intercessory prayer meetings, and was really moved by different people on staff, just everyday people, working blue-collar people, old and young women, young kids, just praying what was in their hearts, because he and Laury have been very active, were very active in the contemporary Christian movement. And let's see. Just praying for what was in their heart, and intercession for lonely people from Israel, for a nation, for people down the block. Lord, make me a good mother, that kind of stuff. Make me a good husband or wife, praying all sorts of prayers. I was so moved by the poetic nature of many of the prayers that I started writing them down just to remember. I would read them and try to recall the passion for those prayers when they were prayed. And I would ask the Lord, would you give me the passion like you prayed through Bob or through Miss Smith? At the time, I didn't even have a guitar. I had just gotten that far away from music. I had to borrow a guitar because I wanted to recreate to some degree the passion I felt in the prayers as they were prayed. I started writing music to go with these prayers. Before I knew it, I had about 30 songs, which were prayers. Laury and I still had, although we've been putting it off, one more record to do for Lamb and Lion Records. The only songs I had were these prayers, and I really didn't think they would be interested. I really didn't think it would have any commercial value that they would be interested in. I told them, but they said, we'll be glad to let you off the hook. You don't have to record with us. They said, let's just hear the songs. And when we played them for them, they said, let's do it. So the first prayer album, which is called Prayers and Promises with my wife, the album didn't do that good, but knowing that I got that if they caught the vision of it, or what it was meant to be, then later the church that we were attending wanted me to record other songs. And now that Prayers and Promises for the Building of and now Prayers and Promises for the Building of a Wall is the subtitle. Now, private records, Prayers and Promises for the Building of the Wall, finds itself released in the UK, where it's already drawn forth rave reviews in cross rhythms. Harry's early life was far from happy. My family was not churched. My mother died when I was very young, and my dad, he was a rounder, alcohol, drugs, strung out on morphine. Then he took his life. During those early, really hard years, I left home. It was during the counterculture 60s, so I was a hippie, kind of a country hippie. We'd drop acid and go, dang, I see Paisleys everywhere. We'd get it second, third, fourth hand. Guys from California would come in. It was quite unusual to see a hick on acid, I tell you. So through those years, I just experimented with everything that came down. I was a jock, I was a baseball player, but kind of hard to play baseball and trip. I ended up in a mental institution after suicide attempts and was just messed up. A brilliant deduction. They said, you're a paranoid schizophrenic, my friend, just like isn't everybody. It was like one flew over the cuckoo's nest. We had a lot of catatonics in there, but it was interesting. One of the men, he was in his seventh nervous breakdown, was a Baptist preacher. He handed me my first Christian tract explaining the gospel. I read it and thought about it, and after I'd done my time in there and said, well, they'll let you out, but hey, if you do any more drugs, we can't guarantee you won't go catatonics. So I got out of there, and the first thing I did was score some stuff. I went to my old buddies who was always dealing good stuff, but then he says, I don't have any. I got saved. I said, you got what? And he tells me his testimony. He suggested that I go to church with him. I do. That evening, I got saved. The Lord actually appeared to me. I was pretty terrifying. I didn't know it at the time, but it was similar to the account in Revelation where he looks into the noonday sun. I could see his face, but I also saw a white glow with a girdle. Anyway, I had a dramatic conversion. That was 1970 when Harry became a Christian. After going to Bible school, he began to work as a youth pastor. This in turn led to music. God was doing some amazing things musically in Harry's church. For also on the pastoral side, staff were the CCM luminary Russ Taff and Bobby Mason, who went on to form the pioneering vocal group Living Praise. We had a band called Sounds of Joy in the mid-'70s, and just kind of a guitar player in and out of that group for a while. That's how I got involved in Christian music. Then I joined Youth with a Mission, and I was really impressed with Laury Cunningham. I read him speaking on the Great Commission, and he says, go means change of location, so go. So I joined up with the Youth with a Mission. For several years, I played in a bluegrass group called Zion Mountain. We recorded with Light Records, and we spearheaded outreaches in the Montreal Olympics and stuff like that. And once again, I was involved in music. That's when I met Laury, who was becoming my wife. Her father is Pat Boone. When Zion Mountain recorded our album in Los Angeles, through her older sister, we stayed at her folks' house. She was off to college, and they were in South Africa at the time, so the house was empty. We stayed in, we did our record, and she came home, and we got stuff for school, and I met her then and remember her, and let me see if it goes on, because that seems to be the end of... Okay. Oh, and there's a whole other page here. I remember her, and then felt actually like one of those prophetic things I wrote in my journal that I knew if it ever happened, no one would ever believe me. So it goes. Harry and Laury began to sing together, and they were soon signed to Lamb and Lion Records, the company owned by Laury's superstar dad. The debut album, country rock item "Sweet Harmony," produced by popular engineer Jonathan David Brown, also Christian radio success. We did pretty good with "Sweet Harmony," remembers Harry. My wife and I toured around the states, and eventually, after 3 or 4 years, moved to Nashville. From Nashville to California to be closer to her folks and a dear friend of his, Robbie Duke. It goes on. There's quite a bit more on this stuff, but interesting life. And then with Laury, there's a little thing here about her. It says she was a singer and author born Laura Jean Boone to a musical family where her father is country singer, actor Pat Boone, and her sisters are the singers Cherry, Lindy, and Debbie Boone. She is often credited with her married name, Laury Boone Browning. She and her sisters became the Boones in the late 60s, early 70s, and they appeared together on several TV shows in the 70s, including The Merv Griffin Show, Perry Como's Springtime Special, and the movie Pat Boone and Family, and the ensuing holiday special TV shows that followed. She had also made appearances on an episode in the 2000 series TV show Praise. Recordings she has performed on her own, Prayers and Promises, and Thursday's Child, and Sweet Harmony, and Push Back the Darkness with Harry Browning, along with Glass Castle, First Class, and Heavenly Love by the Boones. Friends for Life by Debbie Boone, No Alibis by Harry Browning, and Glass Walls by Russ Taft. She was nominated for a Grammy Award with her sisters for First Class by the Boones. She was married to She was married to singer Harry Robert Browning, and is now married to Dr. Aaron Cope, and they have children and several grandchildren. She works as a teacher and an author. So that's all kind of the bio stuff here. But somebody contacted me and said, why don't you feature that album? And I had no recollection of Push Back the Darkness. I mean, it's not that I didn't want to. It's just fortunately, there's been a lot of records. And so it was really fun to go dig this up. And I also found a solo album of Harry Browning's that I did. So I'm going to play a couple of tracks because I hadn't heard this since we did it, and it's pretty cool. So this is the title track for the album called Push Back the Darkness. And the album, let me see if it's got any additional information here. Actually, let me look this up and see if I can find any additional information about the recording on this. I need to find the band on here. So give me one moment here. I'll go on Discog. Let's see what we got here. Harry Browning, artists. Okay, here we go. The credits on this album. First off, we did this album in 1984. Sorry to be a little disjointed today. It's a weekend after Halloween. Maybe I ate some chocolate and I've lost my mind. It's on Lamb and Lion Records, 1984. We recorded it at Mama Joe's studio out here in LA. It was mixed at Mama Joe's and mastered at the Mastering Lab. And so we have, I'll just read down the credits on this. Backing vocals are Debbie Boone and Laury Boone. Myself on bass. Drums on this are Jack Kelly and Mike Baird. Electric piano is Harlan Rogers. Guitar solo on this one are both Dan Huff and Rick Vito. It was mastered by Ron Luter, mixed by Jack Joseph Puig. Alex McDougall is on percussion. John Schreiner on piano and as a soloist, produced by Harry Browning. Recorded by Win Kutz and Steve Ford. Saxophone is Brandon Fields. Slide and electric guitar, Rick Vito, and synthesizer are John Schreiner. I've done a bunch of projects with John Schreiner over the years. So this is Harry Browning and Laury Boone's album called Push Back the Darkness. So let me get back to this, and this is the title track from the album after all my incessant rambling here. Here we go. I'm just going to go through this. I've got the whole thing listed. I haven't listened to it yet, so this will be perfect for me to listen with you. So let me get this one here. This one is called Worthy is the Lamb of God. Okay, let me get back to downbeat here. Let's see.
So lift your voice and
Cool. Nice vibe on this stuff. I'm just going down the list here. This one is, hold on. Spirit of Life. Again, this is Push Back the Darkness is the album by Harry Browning and Laury Boone. So here we go. Cool. I mean, it's really a good thing. I mean, it's really sad to me. I look at I'm playing it off of videos on YouTube, and it's just 510 views over the past 8 years. And you kind of go, God, it deserves more than that. Let's see what this one is, and then I'll be done for the day. Let me see. This is called That's Why He Came. Here we go. Yeah.
close it, you will see what's been clearly shown. Slow yourself down and stop for a minute. Remember what he did. He gave his life, he gave his all. That's why he came, because he loves you. That's why he came, and he is always the same. That's why he came, because he loves you. That's why he came. That's why he came. Let's get started. Don't be downhearted. You waited much too long. Don't be driven. You've been forgiven. Yesterday is gone. Slow yourself down and stop for a minute. Remember what he did. He gave his life, he gave his all. That's why he came, because he loves you. That's why he came, and he is always the same. That's why he came, because he loves you. That's why he came. That's why he came. Slow yourself down and stop for a minute. Remember what he did. He gave his life, he gave his all. That's why he came, because he loves you. That's why he came, and he is always the same. That's why he came, because he loves you. That's why he came. That's why he came. That's why he came, because he loves you. That's why he came, and he is always the same. That's why he came, because he loves you. That's why he came. That's why he came. That's why he came, because he loves you. That's why he came, and he is always the same. That's why he came, because he loves you. That's why he came. That's why he came.
It's cool. It's cool stuff. I'm really glad I got turned back onto it. Just never know what's going on out there. It is what it is. And today is also a very special day. Today is Lyle Lovett's birthday. So I sent him off a note this morning wishing him a very happy birthday, and he wrote back and he's appreciative, but it's great. It's great. November 1st, Lyle Lovett's birthday. So happy birthday, Lyle. Have a great day with the family, and I can't wait to see you again. We got work coming up, and I'm looking forward to it. So take good care, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll see what comes up tomorrow. I'm going to go out and do some yard work now. Perfect for me.